What's up? What's up? What it do? Man, I ran across some I ain't gonna say I ran across something, but if something came to my mind now. Any of y'all that follow me know that, man, I got a gang of trolls that follow behind me. Why the trolls want to report that I'm harassing them? Tables turn, man. Now I'm harassing them. Ain't that funny? What happened to Free the Real Friday? Haters kind of got in the way of that, and there was a little bit too much drama going on, and then the scammers came on. But I got the blue check on the Instagram page now. That's what we was running it from. But we didn't took that. We didn't. I kind of got more direct with that. That was a nice movement, but you know you can't do nothing good. Everything you do, every time you do something good, somebody gonna demonize it. But it was definitely a good move for the beginning. We still doing stuff for the band, the home front. Is he the real deal? In what aspect? Like I can't speak on all aspects. Yeah, he did 20 years in law and he wrote a book. He escaped from the jail with Cadillac and them. All that's true. Hold on 1 second. Why you asked that question, Idris? What you was following him or watching some of the content about him? Rest in peace to Nate Ball. Third real. Yeah, so 2025 on the way. You know somebody named Dion from Detroit Park? I never heard none of the men speak on Dion. Who you talking about? William Baker? Dion, my age, he was in the juvenile block with me. Me and Dion rumbled when we was young. Yeah, I know Dion. He was in the juvenile block with me. He claimed to have introduced Jeff Fort to the Moore Science Temple, and he claimed to have extorted Italians in prison. I don't know if he extorted Italians in prison, and I know that he was around Jeff Fort, but from my knowledge and my you know information that come from the old timers, Ralph Walker Ill is the one that introduced more science to Jeff Fort. Jeff Fort was even locked up in D.C. before when they came here for that demonstration and they locked all them people up. I think it was about Martin Luther King. Jeff Fort was in D.C. jail. Yeah, what's the deal with Slim? I can't really say too much more about Nate Ball. You got to read that book, The Hills of D.C. That's his story. And I don't like to challenge dude's story. I mean, unless it's something blatantly wrong in it. Like if he would have said something in the book like uh Cadillac used to hustle for him, then that would have seemed to be a little unrealistic just because of the dynamics. Is he credible? I think I would say yeah. You know, he 30 years older than me. You know what I mean? I was a pup to them. And no disrespect to him, but during my time in Lord, he wasn't the fact that he was an old man, he was gone home. Now, if you asking me about dudes during my era and time, his time had gone when I came in. The dudes who was running Lord when I came in were 10, 20 years younger than him. Shout out to Head. I don't got enough information to do a little a Joan on him. I had to talk to some people who really know him. By the time I got hip to Head already was a grown up. I ain't gonna say a grown up, but like late teens. And you ask Fly about all right. I'm gonna tell Fly that the people came and the people said, "Can you ask Fly about him? What's the deal with Dion?" I don't know. I think Dion's still locked up. I ain't seen Dion or heard from Dion in like 20 years. I think he's still locked up though. I don't know why he's still locked up though. He should have got an hour hearing by now. A juvenile jump like everybody else. Shit, we was both 16. The first Joni caught he was 15. I was still down Oak Hill on that jump. I came home and caught another one at 16. Yeah, the trolls report me talking about I'm trolling them too hard now. Talking about harassing and cyberbullying. You see how much bullying they be doing to me? I don't call it bullying, I call it annoying. Oh, little blue almost as tall as Beyonce now, huh? Cats on the face just be too much for me. And what made you ask about Dion today of all people? Yeah, I'm gonna try to catch up with Fly in a couple days. Fly feel some kind of way. Fly feel some kind of way that they talking about he lying about checking in Chaz. I don't know that the DC blacks are what the word you use are the kings of the extortion game. I don't know that to be true. I don't know it to be false either. So maybe I don't have an expert opinion on that particular thing, but I don't know if I would say today the kings of extortion. I don't know if I would go that far. I'm gonna ask a couple older guys and see what they think. I don't know that like that. Uptown salute. What's up? What's up? What everybody got going on today? Hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah. You want this? You want this? Spitting facts right now. What about the chair? They say chair. I don't know what you talking about. What you talking about the chair? Great story the other day on Joey Merlino. Yeah, man. Anybody know Jordan Molino? Man, tell him Tone said, man, he trying to get in touch with him. Somebody told him I did an interview with Jordan Molino. That's not true. Jordan Molino got his own jump. Him, I think his partner called Lil Snuff. They can't stand rats. They got a jump they do called Rat of the Month. I wish I would have thought about that. I could do a Rat of the Month in DC every week. I don't know no bad stories about him, bro. You trying to get at a bad story about him? I heard bad stories about everybody, myself included. Not all stories are true though. Shout out to Capitol Heights. Appreciate it, bro. He said keep doing positive things, man. It's the feedback I be getting. They be acting like everything I do is negative. Pull up pull up feel cold in my bones. Appreciate that, JH. I ain't doing nothing but just rolling with the flow. This YouTube thing ain't nothing but a spinoff from my writing. Anybody that follow me since Don Diva know that this is the type of content I've been creating since I picked up a pen. What I told y'all, I keep a pen, keep a pen. Dude told me the other day he was trolling. He was like, "Little boy, you just a journalist." All right, that don't hurt my feelings. You just a writer. Go somewhere and write a book. When the next book coming, I ain't sure, man. I ain't. I'm working on a book right now with someone else. So I think you'll see a book from me in 2025. How that sound? That sound cool? Get some more interviews on here, interviewees on here. Do some more interviews. My man said each stop, man, going back to the studio, doing it in the studio. I ain't paying in the studio to just sit and talk when I can sit in front of the computer. I pay the bill for the studio when I got interviews like Tone and Titus and Coleman, Bay, Fly. I take them in the studio. Matter of fact, I might do an interview with Fly in the studio just about how they just about them RICO laws. You need to interview Joey. If Joey is accessible, I will interview Joey. I wouldn't even mind having a sit down with Joey and Tone, just talking about how some blacks and Italians get along in the feds. What y'all think about that? They get the bag and make the short TV series. That's definitely on the agenda. Damn, so I don't want to pick the computer up, but everything right here. You can't really see that, can you? Everything right there. I see you say Joey Merlino got shelled from the mob, but ain't nothing dishonorable about that. I promise you won't miss. That's a good idea, Joey and Anton. I thought that would be a good idea. Bruh saying Joey 5-2. I don't really, how do I look at it? Yeah, people keep records like that, score, in boxing and championships, but a man is a man. Somebody say that there was an occasion where somebody got out on me and I didn't come out on top. That take away from me being a man to stand on his own too. You know what I mean? That don't cower. Man, he's a man. He definitely be on all the rest. I mean, he be on all the rats, bro. I'm glad they got somebody that's on they rats because they rats was getting out of control. We already know what's up with our rats. Joy Molino out there. Tell Joy Molino he get all the Italian rats. I got all the DC rats. So everybody else clean their car up. Y'all hear that, Philly? Shout out to Philly. Y'all take care of y'all rats. They had a big rat problem up there in the 90s. It was called rent a rat. It was so wild. You could rent a rat. I ain't joking. Anybody remember that? Where you could rent a rat? The U.S. Attorney's office used to go to the Philly jail and rent a rat. That's what the man look. Google it. Where my phone at? You probably can Google it. I was in jail. It was in the federal. It was in one of them newsletters. They exposed how the U.S. Attorney's office was using rats, and they called the program "Rent a Rat," like rent a car. It was rent a rat. Damn, somebody say if you won all your fights, it means you picked everyone. Damn. Yeah, I ain't never even proclaimed that I won every fight, but I ain't ran from there one. Let me see something, man. Let me see if I can Google that. I might gotta put the word informant in the search. Hold on. Damn. When you Google what I'm trying to get before you can get to it, they got a job to come up to say meet Philadelphia's most infamous snitch. June 16th. Wow, he says you'd have to be a big dummy to believe that the Rat King. Who was this? Philadelphia mob captain, FBI informant, Fat Rat Ronald, dies at 73. I don't know who that is. Dies in 73, the American Mafia, Philly mob informants. I can't find it. I ain't gonna sit here while we on live and just trying to search. I'm gonna go get it. But in the 90s, when I first got the hip to reading about the different tactics of the U.S. Attorney's Office. What's up, GoGo TV? They had a big report on how the DA was using rats and giving them the case file, and letting the rat study the case file, and then they would do their debriefings, and during their debriefings, they would coerce them and coach them on what to say. So if it was my case, for an example, Eon had a 848, and he was accused of interstate commerce and all these other things along with it. They would educate the dude that's the rat to say, yeah, he told me this, he told me that, and this would happen and that would happen. And in some cases, they would even lie and say that they were there. But them jailhouse rats are notorious. They'll say that you was in the they'll say you was in the day room while everybody in there watching the game, and you just start detailing all your crimes. And in some situations the jury believe that shit. Joey walked away because there's too many rats. That could be realistic shit. Whatever it is, he ain't a rat. I don't see, you know what I mean? So I'm not a real big mob enthusiast. I'm not going to say, oh, he got shelled. So It's like he got checked in or something. I don't see none of that like that. He ain't no rat in my culture. They culture might be something different. Nah, they sent Wayne out of ADX for a minute, right? This all the places I know that Wayne been. They snatched Wayne and Mark and they snatched Wayne and Marky out of jail in '94 when the feds did them raids and found them pictures. What's up, V? Make sure y'all go check out my man's stories with V. So they took him out of DC jail and they sent them down to Quantico, I believe. Same place they had Tony Lewis and Rayful Edmond and them. They had Wayne and them there. Keep in mind, Wayne, Tone, and Marky was the only dudes that was facing the death penalty at the time. Although they didn't certify Marky and Tone, but they certified Wayne for the death penalty. Janet Reno did it. After Wayne was convicted, they sent Wayne to the feds in transit. I don't know if they drove him or put him on a plane. I mean, yeah, I don't know if they bust him or put him on a plane, but they say prisoners escape from Mozambique prison after a ride. After there, he went to Atlanta. They kept him in Atlanta for a hot second, and then they sent him to Marion. They sent him to Marion while they was kind of preparing ADX, and uh, uh, after staying at ADX maybe 20 some years, maybe he might have got the ADX in '95. In 2000, like 13 or 12, they sent them out ADX to this joint called Shelton, Washington, which was basically like a detention center on its way to Walla Walla. And he hit the compound in Walla Walla, which is an out of state placement because Walla Walla is a prison in Washington state, way, way out west. And he stayed there for a minute, stretched his legs. And then as the people found out, he went there under the name Shaka Nkosi Zulu Will. And they kind of found out who he was, and he had too much influence and shit on that compound, so they put him in a hole, and they eventually sent him back to ADX, and he been out ADX since. But regular compound in the feds, nah, he ain't been on no regular compound. Hmm? I don't know. With this new administration coming in, things could change. Things could change. However, you know, let's look at it, man. You got dudes like we're gonna use Kevin Gray for an example. Kevin Gray got 19 murder convictions. He in Pollock. He been on open compounds, Atwater, Terry Hut. If I ain't mistaken, he went from Atwater to ADX, did his ADX time, got out, went to Macquarie or something maybe. But he made it to Pollock. So it's dudes with a bunch of high profile cases and convictions. That's just one dude. But that's just one dude. But for sure, he could get out. Like you got dudes like Willie Strickland and them that went to ADX, got out and got all the way out of prison. Although he did like 47 years, but Wayne been in almost 30 some years now. 30, he went to jail in 1992. He been in jail, what, almost 33 years. What you looking for? What key? Put it right here. Wayne and Tone cool. Yeah, Tone fuck with Wayne. Wayne fuck with Tone. They fuck with each other. I can say that factually. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. Like, he said, remember in the Godfather Harlem series how the brothers had a pest, a rat extermination business? Life imitating art. I thought that was slick. I need to go back and look at the writers of that. I thought that was slick. I caught that. You caught that, huh? You hit the little bam and boo. Nah, where they from? I don't think so. Where they from? You say who was Marky? If you don't know who Marky is, we're gonna leave that one alone. At least on this, I don't know why I feel like a Sunday to me. Probably because that was a good football game for a minute yesterday. Good basketball. Anybody watch that Michi interview? That come from the old Wayne Perry documentary that we never dropped. We drop it on YouTube. We drop it on YouTube. Yeah, I ain't gonna mention no names, but you got a lot of dudes that just always in something. That's what you call them type of dudes. Sometimes you can even call them a crash dummy. Oh, fuck. Rolling up over there. It's all the way at the bottom. The bottom of the map. Got a 50 round drum in the bottom of the strap. Go TV, what it do? Oh nah, I don't know them. I don't know them. I know what you talk about now, but nah, I don't know them. New Year's Eve, man. I got a week. I got a week left in this year, man. Go ahead, cash in on the back ends. Cash in on the back ends. You said when some new content on DC Black coming? I just dropped 3 videos yesterday. Did you watch the videos from yesterday? I dropped one video last night. I ain't know y'all was still interested in the Wayne Perry joint. I'm gonna give y'all some old Wayne Perry stories. Fly joints, some Tone joints. Y'all keep asking me about Tone and Mario. Y'all want that DC history. You said you ain't getting no notification. Did you hit the notification button? That joint did like 10,000 since last night. 10,000 people viewed that video. For the Bay can't do that. Get up, DC. Oh, shout out to Bucky Fields, man, down there in Hazleton. Man, yeah, I got a couple stories on Bucky Field. Bucky Fields, good man. Bucky Fields was in Marion when that black and white thing jumped off. He put his work in. Shout out to my Brooklyn man. What they say, bed style never ran, never will. Yeah, he was like that. Never ran, never will. Oh, you down there in the A? I really wasn't trying to discredit. Oh no, you said dissected, my fault. Now everybody know that soul. I see a lot of people trolling me talking about he talking about that, man. That's old. They got the money, they got the bag, and that conversation 10 years old. I ain't really been responding to it. But if the big Micha Cavallo conversation 10 years old and Alpo ain't come home to like 2015, 2016, ain't nobody even know he was home except for the people he was sneaking calling on the phone. How could they be privy to some information that he had a party in DC that never occurred? Like I see a lot of people trolling me saying, "Oh, why you talking about that? You ain't got nothing else to talk about." Because I got a homie that just done 35 years and came home and just saw it, and he saw it like it was new, and he said he know I be on the internet. He said, "Yo, E, what is this right here they talking about?" So being as though I had took my time to explain it to my partner, I said, "Shoot, then that mean a whole bunch of people don't know." And then some of my young men from DC right now that didn't know, wasn't even up on the Alpo thing until Paid in Full came out. They didn't know, so it was news and it was worthy of being covered. You want to play with me, do we? Never ran, never will. Brownsville motto. Yeah, shout out to Brownsville. Man, that Redskin Philly game was just so pretty. Shout out to Brownsville. I used to like that. Never ran, never will. Wayne used to always say, no surrender, no retreat. Man, that joint with Benzino and Cavallo, do the code. When he said, if we were a white couple, I think he just used a bad analogy. I don't even think they like that, to be honest. But he sent me this wild, long, eloquent message and called me a gump. I said, "You called me a gump?" And my DM is full of all. Man, they sent me so much stuff on Cavallo. Like, I gotta skip it. They've been sending me stuff on Cavallo for years. Somebody say, Wayne, what's up? No surrender. RPJ, George J. Subscribe to the channel. Man, it looks so good to see the Commanders up there 10-5. Philly still 12-3. Philly gonna be mad about that. And see, I didn't even let nobody run that Jalen Hurts wasn't there. He got hurt. I ain't even gonna let nobody run that one on me. Yeah, I hit the button. Okay. All right, I'm gonna try to get on. I'm gonna try to look into that today. He Saquon Barkley did do his thing on that play. Good block. And then he burnt everything. Saquon Barkley still do look good. Once he get loose, man, this is afterburner. This is jet time. This is go time. Yeah, I gotta figure out how all that worked too, man. Man, that's crazy. Mo Better said you think you're gonna break Eric Dickerson record. I was just reading the thing. That's why I was kind of lost in thought for a second. I was like, man, they say he got an average like 130 some yards a game for the rest of the games. 130 yards for Saquon Barkley ain't hard. It's realistic. But I guess your question say, do I think he is? Yeah, I think he can. I think he will. I don't know if he'll do it this year though, but you know, father time, as they say, he on his hill. He on everybody hills. Do I think we could go all the way? I don't like them conversations. We gonna do this one game at a time. But I'm gonna tell you some wild stuff I was thinking yesterday when I watched Baltimore play. Wouldn't it be some hell of a shit for the DMV if Baltimore and Washington went to the Super Bowl? That's NFC, AFC. That's possible. What if Baltimore and Washington went to the Super Bowl? Man, you think the tank and the roach fight was gonna be something? What if Baltimore and Washington go to the Super Bowl? Man, that'd be mean. Eric Dickerson be hating. I ain't know that. Somebody say that'd be crazy turn. I just said that what Ravens versus the Skins, that should have been that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. It'd be like the 4th of July in DC and Baltimore and all in between. My stomach, I gotta put some in my stomach, man. Yeah, man, that's what I'm pulling for. I'm pulling for Baltimore and Washington in the Super Bowl. I don't care if it sounds unrealistic. I don't care about none of that. I want to see Baltimore and Washington in the Super Bowl. So that meaning no matter what, Washington got to see Philadelphia again in the playoffs. And I mean, that's a given if we make it that far. I already know that. Good morning, bruh. You tripping. You had me listening to that I wonder on Christmas Day, message is deep. Oh man, I'm kind of that's an old school rapper. Man, that's that John. I wonder that's on some YouTube channel I don't even have access to. I might got 10 YouTube channels. I'm gonna go back and get some of the content off of some of them old joints though. Well, none of the I didn't really cultivate the content on none of them old channels. I was using YouTube like Instagram. I didn't understand the magnitude or the reach of YouTube back then. So I probably could have been doing YouTube since 2010. I think my first YouTube channel was created in like 2011. One of them was, and then I was using YouTube on my phone at the book fairs. Somebody said I'm old school. I think when I wrote that song, though, I wrote that song in like 2006, and I didn't write it to that beat. That was just the only beat that we were able to get that didn't have any copyright issues. That's why it's still on YouTube for years. I own that song. I own that song. That's why it's still on YouTube. When you see that jump been on YouTube almost 10 years, if I ain't mistaken, maybe longer. You know what I mean? I'm an entrepreneur, man. Anything that I do, I try to own it. When they got Wrangler commercials, people still wear Wrangler. Where Iowa somewhere. About to get to work on this other Wayne Perry Jones. I ain't gonna piecemeal. I'm gonna try to do some long interviews. I'm gonna try to. Life and life. Oh, he said 12 years. Damn. I was just trying to do the math in my head again. I ain't want to be exaggerating. That jump been on it for 12 years. So like when Ant be trolling, he be saying, "Oh, Eon started doing YouTube because of me. Everything Shorty doing, I done already did it before. It ain't nothing he doing now that I didn't do. From the cars, the watches, all that. This is new to him. I did it when I thought it wasn't nothing to brag about. Go look at my old Facebook page. Go look at my old my personal Instagram page, bruh. Going in and out of the country. He just got a passport, still ain't went nowhere. I was going in and out of the country when I was a D boy. Stop playing with me. He say 12 years. That joint 12 years old. If I wanted to, I could rap now. If I went in the studio, made a song, didn't promote it, didn't say, yo, I'm in the studio rapping and give people the opportunity to laugh and joke before it come out. Record the music, shoot the video, give up the look, give up the lifestyle, give up the swag. When nobody laughed when it was done. They would only laugh. I said, hey, yo, I'm a rapper, y'all. Talent can be expressed in many ways. I just don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like rapping about what they want you to rap about right now. And if I was to rap some other type of rap that I'm not living, people gonna pick it apart because they're gonna say that they know that's not true. So I had to rap from afar, like artist that's in their 40s, like Yo Gotti or Jay Z or Rick Ross or somebody. Bro said that's what I'm waiting for. Is Willie Strickland still alive? Yeah, Willie Strickland still alive, and he told a life. So Somebody sent me something. They said it's all better than Chat GPT. Yeah, man. They done resorted to reporting my page over and over again. Like, that should be harassment. For them to be able to report that whatever I do is harassment all day. If you search my name on YouTube, it ain't that but a bunch of slander. Baltimore's looking good. Dang. Man, they was looking good. While Willie not done in the interview. I don't think nobody really caught like Willie Strickland. He a different type of dude. You got to catch him at a time where as though that's what he feeling like doing. But I'm gonna check on Coleman Bay and a couple guys today. I'm gonna ask about Strickland. I lost Strickland number when I lost my phone, but he's still out here and he's still doing good. I mean, what I'm saying is doing good is he's alive and kicking. After almost 50 years in prison, that's doing good. He ain't go back to jail. He ain't at the corner. He ain't at the gas station begging for coins. You know how that go. But before I go, did anybody watch that Michi interview about Wayne Perry? Somebody said saw it this morning. It was five. So you want some more? You want me to let the more? That's an old interview. You interested in seeing some more? And I got a couple of them. Instead of me chopping it up, making it 1 hour or a series of joints, which I probably could do. It might be time to go to Tubi though. Yeah, it might be time to go to Tubi and let you see an hour of it. Because there's too many rules for me to have to follow on YouTube and I might mess up. You can't show no graphic violence. How can you talk about the murder capital and not show graphic violence? I might have to put that joint together, package that joint, and go to Tubi with that joint. No, what's up? What you say? Freedom man. What you trying to say? Shout out to my man Baboon from the Bush. That Wayne interview was fire. When the rest dropped, and I'm working on it now. But I woke up to a lot of trolling about that joint. I seen some man. Matter of fact, let me go over some of the comments. I seen somebody do that. That's interesting. I want y'all, the people that's on live, tell me what y'all think about these comments. Let's go over some of the comments. That's interesting. Then they troll me with the comments and report. They troll me with the comments and then report my response. That's bait. They got it though. And the response is not even bad. But while they hating, that jump in, hold on, let me back up. While they hating, that jumping up for 11 hours and it's at 11K. So someone is interested. But look at this. I'm wondering if the minister going to do a 30-year anniversary of the Million Man March in DC in 25. You could. Next few drivers. All right, let me see what they talking about. I ain't gonna go through all of them. Some of them said, damn, where the rest at? I'm geeking to hear about the rest of the interview. Okay, that ain't bad. He said, my man, tell him AB from Philly said, what's up? We was in USP Hazleton or FCI school kill together. Good brother right here. Man time. I don't know what he talking about. I ain't been in there one of them junks. Wayne ain't been in there one of them junks. Somebody said, I'm 50 years old. I remember as a kid, back in the 80s, the impact crack had on my community. Some people actually bragged that DC was the murder capital back in those days. That's true. There's a bunch of comments on here now. I was looking for the one that I was talking about, though. I ain't gonna go through all these jokes. I'm gonna have to respond to some of these, man. What my man Sino say? That was me. Hold on, what'd he say? That was me, laugh out loud. I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't, you doing something else. Sino said if they hate, let them hate, and watch the numbers pile up. If they hate, then let them hate, but watch the numbers pile up. Yeah, that joint at 11K though. Somebody's interested, so that's who I'm gonna do the rest for. Yeah, that joint at 11K. We're gonna get the money no matter what. Okay, V. They wanna hate to let them hate, but watch the money pile up. Now playing in theaters. Yeah, 11K. I'm about to get back to it. Peace to Eon in the chat room. Salute. That was me asking about when is it going to drop the first joint you read. Oh shit! Listen, I could put out a short today, like 8 minutes, 10 minutes, but I'm starting to think that my crew don't like that. You know, I'm about to get off of here. I've been on here almost an hour. It's really my coffee and J time. But I'm gonna work on something today. Let me just put it like that, so I don't put myself in no bind. It ain't no comparison with King Von and Silk. Even I mean, like people want to compare it because of the alleged behavior, but Wayne was living like that in the streets without rapping or Instagram or nothing for years. King Von died when he was 20 some years old. I'm about to put some work in right now. As soon as I take care of one little thing. Somebody said, Silk and who, man? Stop what you doing. Silk ain't no rapper. Real street nigga don't ever disrespect that man like that. Man, I'm reading the comment funny. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Everybody already know Jeezy real street nigga. Oh man. That was a good one. Smooth gotta remember Vaughn was Vaughn way before rap. Oh man. Vaughn was like a silk in his era. Nah, V, no, no, never, never, ever. Stop it. Stop it. Nah, I do that with you, man. Hell no, bruh. Like, I really know Slim story. Hell no. It ain't no comparison, bruh. It ain't no comparison. I don't care. Remember that King Von shit was like a 2 year span, bruh. What are you talking about? Oh, all right, V. Okay, okay, man. Like I know this man, bruh. It ain't no hundred body thing, but bruh, this man was a different type of man. It wasn't no drinking, it wasn't no smoking, it wasn't no partying, it wasn't no nothing. It was work. That man was different, bruh. Man was there. Vaughn ain't even lived long enough for y'all to compare those two. Those two portfolios of street activity, man. I ain't even gonna sit on here and act like I'm glorifying killing. But when you talk about dudes that were street dudes, like you don't put him in no category with a person like no Vaughn. You put him in the category with a person like AJ or Telly from down New Orleans, or rest in peace to Tyreek from New Orleans, the coldest case in DC. You don't put him in no category with King Von. That is an internet, YouTube, social media thought process. Man, don't ain't no real step, man. No disrespect to whatever they say Vaughn was doing. Vaughn ain't lived long enough for you to put him in the category with people like Kevin Gray or Anthony Jones or Wayne Perry or like, stop it. I ain't entertaining that. Free Don Juan. We wanted Big Sandy. Salute. Wayne, listen, at this point in time, Wayne on Muslim time. Like, I don't be trying to combat all the trolls that say all the shit. Wayne not even on that type of time no more. We keep saying Wayne don't even exist. His name is Nkosi. But back in the day when he was on street time, sure he would have loved to do like Vaughn. V, you got that. I ain't disrespecting none of that, V, because you representing the thought of other people that view it the same way. So I ain't disrespecting that thought. I agree with you, V. But I've been hearing that question on a street type level. Vaughn ain't in no Anthony Jones bracket, bruh. That ain't what Vaughn, that is not what, that is not that. Not saying that it couldn't be that or wouldn't have been that to live longer, but his street activity started at a point and stopped at a point. You got dudes like Anthony Jones that's still a gangster to the day. Like Anthony Jones ain't changed his name to Akbar Muhammad, and like when they be joning on us, they go to jail and turn Muslim. Anthony Jones' name is still AJ. Anthony Jones just bust something out recently in ADX. Anthony Jones on gangster time. Even if it's grown man gangster time. Like, you don't compare those type of people to people like Wayne Perry or Anthony Jones. Them dudes is steppers. It ain't me glorifying them. Michael Jackson is a basketball. Michael Jordan is a basketball player. AJ, Wayne, SB, all them dudes steppers. They different. You said it in so much of a code. I ain't sure what you saying because you like when you talking codes, you gotta have the whole sentence clear. Can you write that again, still saying it discreetly like you just said, and see if I get it again? Write it again. Yeah, if I caught it when you threw it out there on IG, like you ain't saying it right. Like the comment that you made, you got some typos in there that didn't allow me to follow it. Man, I don't get it this time, man. Yeah, I don't get it this time, man. You gonna have to hit me. Send me a message. Send me a message on IG right now while I'm still on here. What my man V say? See, I love content like this. Men chopping it up. Having a good talk. Oh, we just kicking it. An assassin and a killer are two different people. Please don't get them confused. I ain't gonna nitpick that statement. That's technically that's true. That Cavallo joint at 4K. That'd be my bed joints. All right, hold on. Let me see what my Mr. Honor said. Eon, you make a valid point regarding Silk's longevity compared to Vaughn. However, there is similarity between the two when it comes to loyalty and heart. You said that perfectly. I'd even go further and add on to what you're saying that there's not only similarities when compared to loyalty and heart, it's also similarities compared to physique, being slim, long, tall, being aggressive, being quiet at one point, then being outspoken. You could compare personality profile in a major way. Now, Vaughn wasn't a part of he wasn't taken under the wing by older gangsters and criminals at a very young age like Wayne. Wayne was robbing banks as a teenager. What I'm challenging with this ain't me dissing Vaughn. This ain't even me comparing Vaughn to Wayne in a blow for blow thing like a Floyd Mayweather and a Canelo Alvarez or something like this. I'm just saying, whatever Vaughn grew up in poverty, his father was a gangster street guy, they say, and whatever he came from, giving him all that credit. But at 15, 16, Vaughn wasn't robbing banks. At 19 and 20, he wasn't going on specific hits. Yeah, they got incidents where they alleged this. He didn't go to prison and do this and do this and then come home and get involved in a multi-regional cocaine distribution joint. He didn't take hits. He didn't change the whole culture of Chicago. You dig what I'm saying? Like D was from DC nowadays. Say it was a bunch of Waynes. No, it wasn't a bunch of Waynes. It was only one Wayne. Just like it's only one KG. Just like it's only one SB. Just like it's only one Tone. Just like it's only one Tough. It ain't a whole bunch. And then there was a bunch of dudes that was putting that thing down. If you're talking about an era and time, but how many other guys from Chicago in Von age bracket that weren't rappers, that don't have IGs, had a similar reputation? You can't go in DC and find 25 dudes with a Wayne Perry profile. Now you can't find 25 dudes with a King Von profile if you add music into it. Take music away. You can find a King Von in any hood in Chicago. Do you disagree? Not a rapper. I'm talking about a stepper, a dude that the man, he in the streets and that's his lifestyle. That's his lifestyle and he a stepper. Can you not find one of them in any hood in Chicago, any hood in DC without the rapping? Shout out to UK. I think that I think I said that off the cuff, but I think that's true though. Somebody said you making a point. I ain't dissing. It's killers all through the rap. That ain't on IG. All right, so at least I made that one point to you, V. That is no disrespect. I like Von and Dirk and them in their age range. I ain't dissing them. But I was locked up with Chicago guys, old and young. Stepping, they do that stepping, and that is a big place. That is a big place. But when you talk about dudes like Wayne, you can only compare them to other dudes that's even in that realm unique, like an Itchy Man, like Anthony Jones. I ain't gonna put no rats in your question. A Booby Williams. Dude Telly out of New Orleans. I ain't got to mention all the type of dudes here. Dudes like SB, dudes like KG. Like you only mention them dudes and names with dudes that when they was active, they was lethal, bro. They was like Michael Jordan. They were like Reggie Miller. I don't think as a rapper, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think it's a rapper, dead or alive. I ain't talking about a local rapper that ain't blow that was stepping. I'm talking about, I don't think it's a big high pro rapper, dead or alive, that was stepping like some of these street guys we talking about. He said, check your DM. I bet. I don't see nothing in my DM. What page you send it to? I what my man V say, like, cause me said we ain't need 30 clip to get your man. Man, I'm telling you, they different, man. Oh, that's another thing I ain't think about. See, we going too deep into the streets with this one, but you're making a good point. Yeah. But we gonna take the Drakes and the Switches out the equation with Wayne and them. Yeah, they had choppers. Yeah, they had they had some clips and this and that. But they go look at what they accused of, man. And heard that BDGD war out there, unfortunately. True. Yeah, you make strong points. I guess what set Vaughn apart from the other Chicago hitters was that he was using social media as a diary. Which most of them, just like the girl that was the killer from Chicago, when they cover her story now, her story is all Twitter. She left her mark on Twitter. Lil Yummy Sanders was before Instagram and all that. He left his mark the old fashioned way, like a Wayne. That's a kid, but not to compare him to Wayne, but what he did was left the old fashioned way. It wasn't self documented. There was no rap. There was no catalyst of a rap platform to blow something up. I checked the DM. I don't see nothing in the DM. It's like how Wayne was groomed by the OGs and was born to a killer. His father and he been on that type of time since we just younger. So it be kind of reckless. Yeah, but his father ain't have him on no missions, bruh. Him and his father ain't go shoot nothing up together, V. Let's be real. His father ain't take him to go shoot nothing up. They ain't stepped together. Oh, all the smoke. Serve some quarters. Uh-oh. Huckleberry can't say Wayne story on the way. Huck style. DC Black Salute Slim. Man, that joint must have went to the I don't see none. Oh, that jump must have went to this other jump. I don't see it. No, but just like how you born to a hustler, you want to hustle. His pops was a hitter, so that's what he was. No father is born with his son, but just his DNA, his type of mindset. AV, let me push back on that. Michael Jordan, his son. LeBron James, his son. Wayne Perry, his sons. Guy Fisher, his sons. Rafe Edmond, his sons. I dig what you're saying. It could be in the DNA, but most outstanding people don't produce exactly that in their DNA for their sons. How many dudes can we say from Baltimore to Chicago to DC that was big time steppers and their son was exactly them? Can you tell me one? And I ain't gonna debate you or argue down. I'm just saying, think about it. Most big steppers' sons don't follow in their footsteps to the T. Let me see what you say. It seems to be a good bond between DC and Chicago inmates and the feds. Perhaps this is due to similar cultures within their respective cities and people. Somebody else said preacher and his son. Hmm. Shit, I got my father blood in me. I do too, but I ain't exactly my father. I can't shoot dice like him. My father go on the crap game and take everybody money. Linwood Gray told me out his mouth. Him and his father raised Kevin Gray. I can't. I'm not disputing that. That's not my point. But that's a good point. They all follow their father unless they want bad. All kids look at their dad for a figure to be like. I'm not disputing that, V. You kind of moving the goalposts. I'm saying that from Shaka Zulu to Genghis Khan, they don't always produce offspring that is exactly what they are. Allen Iverson, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson. Let's use Magic Johnson. Just because the father is great at something doesn't automatically mean that they produce that type of offspring. That's what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? And I ain't dissing Bronny. Bronny is not LeBron. That's his son. Scottie Pippen's son is not Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan's son ain't even Michael Jordan's sons didn't even want to shoot a basketball. The pressure of living up them MJ was so tremendous. So I'm pushing back on my man V. V, I challenge you. Name another big time gangster that any of us in street crime culture that's interested in such topics or genres. Name one big time gangster that son went into being a gangster that lived up to them. And I ain't saying it ain't one. I'm challenging the conversation. Name a big time gangster that had a son. Hannibal was Hamilcar's son, and they both wreaked havoc Rome on behalf of Carthage. I'm gonna have to check that. But there is no conqueror like Hannibal. Magic Johnson's son is definitely not like him. No disrespect. Lil Wee, who was that? Lil Durk and Big Durk. Lil Durk and Big Durk are not the same, man. Lil Durk and Big Durk are not the same, even in the aspects of what we're saying. What Dirk has evolved into as a person that we're gonna say, he got things going on. It's not what Big Dirk did. Big Dirk got money. Big Dirk was a street entrepreneur and other things. Lil Durk wasn't that. Lil Durk got on in the rap game. If it weren't for the rap game, Lil Durk might be a regular little guy in the street. They wasn't getting no bunch of money in the game. Am I right or wrong, Chicago? Lil Durk, no Vaughn was not no big time D-boys. Am I right or am I wrong, y'all? Jeff Fort and his son, I don't know enough about them to speak on it, but Jeff Fort's son can't be just like Jeff Fort because Jeff Fort is an ADX and they got him buried alive. Magic got HIV and his son. Them fruit genes just expressed differently. I ain't getting into that. I'm talking about the basketball, Magic Johnson, man. You try and go somewhere else. I'm on me and V on a comparison of legends from the basketball court to the streets, although we started with Vaughn. That's what me and V on. Me and V is not on you said that Magic Johnson had these type of things, and that's not what we on. You missing it a little bit. That's a good idea. All right, let me see what V say. They may never live up to the Father's name. I'm saying they inspire. I agree with that, Pavi. I inspire to be like you. Maybe not have your father dice shot, but you love money and gambling because you seen pops get money. I gotta give you that, V. Luke Mom. He said correct. Somebody said being fly, things like that, they never the same, but they take the same roads most of the time. I give you that too, V. Who the heck is this? Somebody talking inbox me. Who was you? Oh, say what happened to Oof. The new generation steppers don't get money. It's simply a sport for them. In some aspects, that's another. You caught on to what I was saying. He said the new generation of steppers don't get money. It's simply a sport for them. In some aspects, that's true. Go to the Bronx, talk that slick shit. Gambino family will have you 6 feet under. Who's talking some slick shit about the Gambino family, bruh? What you got, Tourette's? Lester Cope do this, and Christopher Michael Cope, Jamaica. Oh, you think they was both the same? V say you shoppy. What? Gotta give you that, bro. Go ahead, V. Go ahead, bro. You on some joke time on the side. These new laws and surveillance and letting these guys step the same way they fathers did. First try they out of here. That's a good point. I ain't even this. Yeah, I used to have this debate with like when I used to do this mentorship with the young nigga, with the youngest that play with that. I used to be like, look, you know, I ain't trying to say this, and I ain't trying. LeBron head look terrible. Go ahead and do the Michael Jordan, cut that shit off, Ronnie. Uh, I used to be like, look, you know, the government ain't gonna let nobody run around for 10 or 15 years doing that bang bang shit no more. They couldn't stop it back then because they ain't really understand how to use the conspiracy laws. They ain't had the cameras up. Telling been going on, so telling ain't the one that telling ain't what it is. And he said beefing is a broke nigga sport. I mean a broke man's game. Yeah, I know the dude is Coke story, but he got some cooperation in the story though. So I don't really mention it. The father. Nah, real shit. Have these niggas these days, they ain't sharp. They be outside. We really cleats on the floor, so the convo hit different. I agree. I mean, I do leave the floor open for people to have their own opinion. I ain't gonna knock that part. Steph Curry's man outstanding, man. He's out of this world, man. He just throws that thing up. It's like the hoop 5 feet tall. And he know they so scared of the shot, he fires it from anywhere. Is the LeBron Steph rivalry the greatest of all time? Oh, see, my man Juwan ain't on here. I'm gonna hit him with that later on. Most crimes these days, either over emotion, women, a high, or petty money, they leave the morals and principles out. Y'all hear my man V? But I'm gonna tell you something, V. I've been for some reason, see, for real, I'm moving this office to another spot, so I got a bunch of boxes right here. But if you go back to the 90s, and this may hold true for Baltimore too, but in DC, a bunch of the murders was over women. Even if people said there was money involved, something about a woman sparked an emotion in a lot of situations. Eon, how much noise did the Jamaican posse make when they entered the narcotics market in DC? Did they impose fear on the local DC crews? Were they viewed as a serious threat? Yes, they were viewed as a serious threat. Overall, I believe. We can start with the police. The police took them serious because a lot of Jamaican crews. I ain't talking about one individual with Jamaican. I'm talking about Jamaicans that came in crews from Jamaica, from New York, from Miami, and from other places. The police took them highly serious, and DC dudes took them serious. So did Jamaicans? Because shout out to dudes like Butch Boogie and them that did time with us, and we got love for a lot of them. Shout out to Super West, dude that I had a lot of love for. But we got Jamaicans that live uptown that been uptown 2, 3 generations. We not talking about them. Those are homies. They from DC. We not talking about them. But the Jamaicans that came in from outside, yeah, they probably sparked a whole lot of fear in some suckers or some cowards. But dudes, like you go over Southeast, over down there by Shepherd Street, all these different jumps. I ain't gonna name all the jumps. When they ran into people in these specific spots, that Jonah, matter of fact, Huckleberry Kemp was on here. He'll tell you the story about that Hadley Turd shit. Well, crew from crew. No one ever came to DC and took over. Like I don't enter that conversation when they keep talking about Alpo and had a crown, bro. It's dudes out of DC that was getting hundreds of the things that didn't involve themselves in violence. The only reason you know about Rayful and Alpo and all these other alleged big time D boys is because they had cases that went to court that exposed it. It's dudes that didn't even go to jail for violence and multiple joints that was getting multiple joints. Don't nobody wear no crown openly, man. That's a retarded statement, man. Somebody said straight up fact. Shout out to the twins. Oh, salute to the twins. Shout out to Garnett and shout out to Dwight Davis. Oh, Banky Pound. Shout out to Banky Pound. DC wasn't having it. They was born anything moving. If you fed a DC dude, they was loyal. But coming down with your out of state crew and thinking you was taking over, DOA. I agree with that. Cause I know plenty of dudes that came from other places that had relate. I got some dudes that I know that did time with us in Lawton that's from New York that's still here and they rep like they from here. Not that they disrespect New York or their trade or this and that. I'm talking about the relationships they have with here are non-geographical. Is that a better way to say it? Like this one dude, I'm not gonna mention his name because he didn't change his life, but he married a woman from Maryland. He lives in Maryland, which is still close to DC, in a DC suburb. If I have a problem, whether it's financial, emotional, spiritual, because he's Muslim, if I had any type of problem, he's there for me. He's not gonna say, "Oh, you from DC? I'm really from New York." No, he is my brother. Oh, somebody said Bush Boogie. Hold on. Straight up facts. Hell of a quote. Never wear that crown openly. I wrote that down. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, bruh. They have mob movies and crime, true crime movies where specific gangsters put somebody else out as a leader. That's all I'm gonna say. I need you to present some work on a dude that's cooperating. Ah, say no more. You follow me on Instagram? I get it for you. I ran across it. I was kind of surprised too. I can't even remember what it is, but let me not stand on it till I get it. Let me not stand on it till I get it. Let me not stand on it till I get it. And I look it up. I do know that the Jamaican posse took over many parts of NYC, but some of the places that you said that they took over, there were already Jamaicans there, and they came in and moved over. They didn't just come there and take over. And then a lot of places where people say groups come in and take over. Sometimes people come in and find a spot where nobody at is and it's set up. That's not a takeover. Like up 640. I want to say Jamaicans or New Yorkers. I'm gonna have to cross-reference this with my 640 man. But Jamaicans or New Yorkers came up there and they thought it was sweet because it's Northwest and it's the project, so it didn't look like this, it didn't look like that. They went out of there in a box. They went out of there in a bag before they got in the box. Kaka was a beast in the phase. I keep answering the same question though. I know you talking about the son. I'm not talking about the son. I told you that. I said the father. I said I think I remember. Woo, woo, woo. I didn't speak on the son at all because I couldn't remember. The president. That's in four dicks. Nah. I ain't talking about him. I said that. I don't know that about that. But let me check all the whole thing before we get to a deep conversation about that. All right. I'm gonna look it up. Oh boy. I gotta put some computer work in, y'all. I gotta get up out of here, man. I appreciate the love. Free the real. Make sure y'all go follow my man V.